What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a good one. I got a rant for you today, so hopefully that interests you and you'll stick around. If not, all good. So here's what I got for you. I hate Democrats, and that's the end of the video. Bye! No, obviously I'll give you some more substance. So anyway, for context, buddy of mine, we were hanging out over the weekend, and we kind of noticed a common trend when we were scrolling through our Instagram feed. A lot of people that we went to high school with, we just happen to see, you know, everyone's down the shore, Memorial Day weekend, this and that. All good things, right? Everyone can have their own fun. So what we noticed in the common trend was a lot of the people that we went to school with, and they not only align with the Democratic Party, but they're more so like hardcore leftists, like progressive, communist, socialist, whatever, fascist. And we noticed that a lot of the people that support those particular policies or that particular belief system, they're small-statured, feminine men. And that's really what we noticed. I'm just being really blunt with it. And by small stature, I'm not necessarily talking about their height. I'm more so literally just talking about their physical appearance. They come off as physically weak. That's just the way that they look. So the reason why I'm, I guess, ranting about this is because a lot of these particular socialists, these communists, all they do is just talk a bunch of smack online about how down with the patriarchy, and I hate capitalism, and people who have wealth, we're coming for your wealth, right? The menu looks delectable tonight. And it's just like, can these people get a life? Because I just look at them and I see, okay, here you have a physically weak man that, you know what? They just don't want to work. They are just too lazy, or they are literally just too weak to work. So they sit there and say, oh, you know what? Rather than me going out and providing for myself, I'm just going to make a bunch of people vote for certain policies, and now we're going to come after people's wealth. Why? Because those people actually had a spine and they had the balls to go out and work. So now we're just going to take your income and you're going to subsidize my lifestyle because I'm too weak to go out there in the actual world and, you know, produce stuff. That's my literal take on these people, and they piss me off to no end, because you want to know what? These individuals are going to be lazy pieces of garbage, and now they're going to start coming for people's wealth. Why? Because essentially they're going to convince more people that you can't get ahead in life. You're not going to be able to have a good quality of life in this patriarchy, this capitalist system, so you got to vote to go against it. And I get it. You can go into, well, now you got to have better opinions. You got to sway people to your side. Yeah, I get it. But you want to know what? It's pretty damn hard to scale that mountain, because it's very easy for somebody to say, hey, if you're going to vote for my policies, we're going to give you all this free stuff, right? And if I'm going to sit there and say, no, you got to work for yourself, you got to be able to, you know, scale the ladder, essentially, right? Start at the bottom rung, work your way up. People are going to sit there, they're going to say, oh, okay, well, I can, you know, over here on this side, they're telling me I got to prove myself, essentially, right? And over here, you're going to give me all free stuff. So, hey, I'm just going to go over here. And that's essentially what it is. The last thing I'll say about these effeminate men is, you know, it makes women drier than a desert, because they literally come off as beta males. Like, they don't produce anything. They don't look physically dominating. If a woman is going to park her relationship, right? She's going to look and say, okay, who do I want? Who's actually going to provide for me? Who's going to give me the lifestyle that I want? Is it going to be this little beta male simp that's going to be saying, oh, well, I don't want to work, down with the patriarchy? Or are they going to go after someone who's going to say, yeah, I cut through all the BS. I just, you know, I'm not some weirdo that doesn't work. Here's my car, here's my house, here's my income. Look at all this. I can actually provide. It's a no-brainer. Women are obviously going to choose somebody that's going to provide for them. And why are we getting into this? I don't even know. Because we're just ranting. We're going completely off the cuff. I got no notes. Don't even care. Because I just wanted to say, this particular wing of the Democratic Party, I absolutely hate each and every one of you. And I hope that you eventually do have to get a life. But I at least can acknowledge that, hey, maybe you're going to get enough people to vote for your idiot belief system, and then you're going to think that you won in the long run, but in reality, you're just going to tear the country down even more, and life is going to get even worse for you. That's the funniest part about all this, is these individuals think that they might win, in the sense that they're going to get a bunch of people to vote for their particular type of belief system. And sure, maybe you'll get your hardcore policies to get enacted, but in the long run, it's going to be you that winds up getting hurt. So you can virtue signal, you can do all that stuff online to make yourself seem like the better person. But if your policies get in, hey, it's over Like, this country's over. And oh, we're gonna start from the bottom. Oh, with what? What have you done that you can actually start from the bottom? You don't own anything. Why? Because you didn't participate in what we have here in America. So it's gonna be pretty funny, essentially. And if you're gonna say, oh, well, you know, I accumulated this and that. Oh, great. So do you have any means to protect yourself? Because, you know, if this whole entire system goes down, you know, comes to a screeching halt and nobody's there to protect you, I think there's going to be other people with certain things that, well, they're going to come and take your resources, you know? Maybe you shouldn't have defunded a certain group, you know? Just my 2 cents. So, where else can we go with this video? I don't know, because it's just a complete rant. The last thing I guess I'll say, if you're still hanging with me through this particular one, is just because I'm going hard on the Democrats right now, it doesn't mean that I guess if you're a Republican, that I'm automatically going to agree with you. But before I actually mention that, what I'll actually say now, because I totally just remembered, again, off the cuff, I want you to imagine this, right? Let's say you're at a legitimate party, okay? And I'm talking you have a Democratic Party and you have a Republican Party. And what I mean by this is not the political parties. Obviously, yes, the political parties would be present at this particular event. But what I'm actually trying to say is, let's just say you had a legitimate Democratic, like, social gathering and a Republican social gathering. That's really what I'm trying to get at. Let's start with the Republican social gathering first, okay? Here's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a bunch of people hanging out and saying, oh yeah, oh, what up, bro? Hey, what'd you bring to drink? Hey, what do we got to eat? All right, yeah, cool. Oh, hey, you're this color? Yeah, great, I don't really care. Cool, you know, hey, if you can chill and have a good time, we're totally cool. Oh, wow, you're that sexuality? Yeah, I don't care. Wow, tell me something that's actually interesting about you. Hey, by the way, it's June 1st, right? Pride Month. All we're gonna hear for this whole entire month is how every corporation is now suddenly, you know, so pro-LGBTQ. Not that I'm personally against it, but everybody's got a virtue signal, so people go and buy their products. Yada, yada, yada. You probably already know that. So that pisses me off today. What else pisses me off? So anyway, what I'm trying to get at, Republican-style social gathering, people are going to be chill, right? It's going to be a good time, at least in my opinion. You go to a Democratic social gathering, here's what you're going to get. You're going to get the oppression Olympics. You're going to get people talking about how this country sucks and everything sucks, and I'm triggered by everything, and my opinion means more than your opinion because I'm part of this and this marginalized community and this and that and blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, you know what? Does any work get done? Does any work actually get done on that particular party? Is there any fun to be had at that particular party? Me personally, I don't think so. I think if you're a normal person, you would have a much better time if you're gonna go hang out with the people that are a little more leaning toward the right. And listen, this isn't a freaking scientifically backed video with poll data that can tell you what policies are gonna be best. I'm just saying, based on the direction that the wind was blowing outside before I came inside to make this particular video, that's just my particular thoughts. That's all I got for you. Total freestyle rant video, because you know what? I'm just getting to the point now where it's kind of like, well, I could sit here and I could just recite data. I could talk about how, well, hey, you believe in this particular policy, right? You believe that, let's say, if we tax people more, if we go after the corporations, if everybody just goes to college and gets educated, and this is just magically going to mean that all economic growth is just going to skyrocket, and you can get rid of all the bad people, and all great things are going to happen. Like, when does that actually happen? In reality, it hasn't. But the point I'm trying to drive at is I could sit here and I can make videos like that 24/7, and nobody listens. So I'm kind of sitting there, I'm like, why bother doing all the research when I'll just get up here and I'll rant? Hey, maybe people are going to stick around more so for this. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to leave me a comment and let me know what you think of a rant video versus your slow and drawn out, oh, here's my thoughts on this, and here's what this policy could do for economic growth. Let me know what you think is a little more entertaining. But I guess now the more important subject matter, comment-wise, let me know what your thoughts are on the weirdos and like the far left, the socialist, communist, the Democratic, that particular wing of the Democratic Party. Let me know if you agree with them, you disagree with them. Let me know if you thought what I said in regards to people being like hardcore leftists, them being more so like weaker males. Let me know if you think there's actual, I guess, data, if there's any facts behind that. If it's true in your experience, hey, maybe people you went to high school with, they're kind of weak beta males, and that's why they agree with, you know, socialist policies. Because they're too weak to go out and do stuff on their own, so they gotta form a group to then go after the successful people. And that's really not opinion, that's fact, because that's literally what happens. So anyway, getting too long. All I'm trying to say is leave me a comment. Let me know if you like the video. Let me know if you hate the video. If I really got triggered by people not liking the stuff that I put out, I wouldn't be putting stuff out in the first place, okay? So that's all I got for you.